Well, Tupac ends up getting locked up for the sexual assault case. He goes to prison. This is 1995. Meanwhile, you guys dropped the Junior M.A.F.I.A. Conspiracy album, which is on Undias/Big Beat.
Yes.
Distributed by Atlantic.
Yeah.
Album goes gold in a month. Number 8 on Billboard, 69,000 copies the first week.
Which is more than ready to die the first week.
Oh, so by that time, Big was already a big name, so you had that. Big was on every song except for...
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Big was on every song except for I Need You Tonight featuring Aaliyah.
Right.
So he's all over this album. Player's Anthem was a huge song. Get Money, huge song. Lil' Kim featured on both songs. You direct the videos.
Yes.
This kind of sets up Lil' Kim for her own solo album. So things are going great for you guys.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Tupac is in prison for a sexual assault case. While he's locked up, Biggie drops Who Shot You? Now, from what I understand, that song was recorded before the actual shooting at Quad. But based on the timing of it and the words in it, a lot of people started to think that Who Shot You was about Tupac. I remember being on the West Coast and being around a bunch of street guys and them like, man, fuck that Who Shot You shit. They talking about Pac and rah, rah, rah. Like people were fired up about it. And no one was really there really addressing it at the time. Big at that point didn't say, no, it's not about Tupac or anything else like that. Things were just kind of riding as is. While Pac is locked up, Suge Knight steps in and signs him to death row while he's still in prison. And we don't quite know the story behind this because there's different versions of it, but Suge and possibly the label, Interscope and whoever else come up with the money to bail Tupac out of jail while he's basically fighting the case. I guess they're trying to work on an appeal for his case. So now Tupac is out. Then the Source Awards happens. You were there.
Yes.
It's happening in New York.
Yes. Well, Tupac wasn't there.
Tupac wasn't there yet.
No. Tupac was still locked up because they had the cardboard cutout of Tupac.
Exactly. He's still locked up, but everyone in hip hop is there.
Yeah.
Bad Boy's there. Wu-Tang is there, who you guys are beefing with at the time. And Death Row is there. And this was when Suge Knight famously got on stage and said, any artists out there that want to be an artist and stay a star, you don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all up in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row, which was a direct shot at Puffy. Everyone started booing in the audience, I remember. Everyone caught what was happening. You guys are actually there. When you heard that on stage, how'd you feel?
I wanted to go out there and fuck Suge up like everybody else. That's what I wanted to do. I'm telling you, I grew up I was a terrorist, right? I was a bad kid. Like, I was gold. Like, for the family, I would put my life on the line, right? When that statement was made, it was so much other stuff going on. Like, we had beef with Wu-Tang at the time, right? Everybody was armed to the teeth, right? I'm talking about it was all kinds of weapons, drug dealer, murderers, kidnappers. Everybody was armed to the teeth. But one thing is that when he said what he said, everybody who was in that building was from the East Coast. Wu-Tang, everybody. And you know who saved their lives that night? Biggie. Biggie was the only person who saved their lives because everybody was ready to tear into these guys that night. The whole building would have had a piece of them that night. And Big was like, no. That's not going to happen. And that's the only reason. There was no what Puff and them follow up to it was going on stage. No, it was Biggie who stopped it because it was such a out of nowhere, all of this stuff. And then we started to realize that this was about marketing and promotions. We knew that you guys are just actors, so it just, from that point on, it was crazy.